The Federal Home Loan Bank System plays an important role in providing liquidity to rural banks to make it easier for them to lend to their communities. And I know many of the financial institutions in Montana have been very pleased with the Des Moines FHLB. So I'm going to start with Ms. Nauman. How would you rate the health of the Federal Home Loan Bank System today?
I'm not sure I have much to add to that. That wasn't really the focus of our evaluation. We did look at the actions during the recent bank failures and coordination between the systems with the Federal Reserve System. And one of the things that we did hear from banks in the data that we reviewed is its role as a general liquidity provider for the day-to-day liquidity needs of their members. And that extended to periods of stress as well.
Right. So have the Federal Home Loan Banks ever needed federal financial assistance?
No.
Or come close?
Not to my knowledge, but that would, yeah,
Thank you. Mr. Donovan, what would the U.S. financial system look like today without the Federal Home Loan Banks?
You'd have a substantially smaller base of community banks and credit unions in the country. We'd probably look more like Canada or Europe.
Thank you. Back to Ms. Nauman. Do you have any thoughts on which regional federal home loan banks are operating particularly well or which ones need improvement?
No, we haven't really looked at the differences between the banks. We do have some ongoing work. We'll be digging more deeply into their housing programs, and we'll be looking at differences across the banks there.
Mr. Donovan, same question.
I'm sorry, could you repeat the question?
Oh, I'm sorry. Are there any that you think are operating particularly well, or which ones need improvement?
Representative, I think the home loan bank system is extraordinarily strong. They're serving their members. Asking me to pick which one is doing strong is like asking you which child do you like the best.
Thank you. I'll move on. Back to Ms. Nauman. How did the Federal Home Loan Bank System fare during the Silicon Valley Bank debacle?
From what we saw, they provided some advances continue to provide advances during leading up to the failures. They coordinated with the regulators and increased their engagement with the banking regulators of those banks, and were in touch with them until the banks failed.
Thank you. Shifting gears to housing affordability, I'm going to move to Mr. Lockhart. FHLBs are required to contribute at least 10% of profits to affordable homeownership programs. So what are your thoughts on this requirement? And is it too much, too little, the right amount, or should the FHLBs not have this requirement at all?
I think I'll defer that to Congress to make that decision, obviously. But I would just say this. The work that we do around housing, that includes the affordable housing programs, I believe that when we look at it through the member's eyes as a member-owned cooperative, we are sharing back to the public through that statute, and we've gone above and beyond that as well. So in the last few years, we've actually increased that through our voluntary programs by over 50%. So just knowing that the members are finding benefit in helping their local communities through programs that can be more directly impacting local things and needs shows you where we're at in terms of trying to help bring solutions and ideas to the system and to our communities. To put a number on something requires more than just a yes and no, a number, this number or that number. It really requires thoughtfulness, because without careful calibration of the system and without careful thought, we need to really think through, just by pulling a lever and saying do more, what does that really do? When we look at things that are coming at us in the future, we need to take in mind, as bankers, we think through it in terms of risk. My position as chairman of the Federal Home Loan Bank of Topeka is to make sure for its members that we are looking at this through a lens of safety and soundness. Just to pull a lever and increase something might have an effect on the safety and soundness of the bank in the future if it depletes our retained earnings or a position within the marketplace. That's why we love the layered approach. We talk about big banks, small banks, medium banks. They're all part of the financial system. We need everybody participating in the layers of our financial system in the United States.
All right, thank you. My time has expired, so Mr. Chair, I yield.
Gentleman yields.